Hi, this is Andrew from Out of the Box Technology and Recur360. And on this demo, I'm going to show you how you can move the QuickBooks web connector that connects QuickBooks and Recur360 from one desktop to another. The nature of the web connector is it can only be running on one PC, and there can only be one connection between Recur360 and QuickBooks. So if you are getting a new computer, or you just want to move this to a different computer, or if you're in a remote desktop environment under a different user session, you have to first remove the web connector application from the web connector and out of QuickBooks, and then download it again and reconnect it. So I'm just going to show how to do that. As a start, I've logged into my Recur360. I'm logged into QuickBooks as the admin in single user mode, and I've got the web connector up. So if I want to move this onto a different computer, and for the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to show it on the same computer. What I'm going to do is in the web connector, I'm going to go ahead and select the application, and I'm going to click remove. And it's going to ask me if I no longer want to exchange data and remove the application, so I'm going to go ahead and select yes. It's no longer in the QuickBooks web connector. I'm going to take that a step further and go to Edit, Preferences, Integrated Applications, and I'm going to remove this out of QuickBooks as well, and click OK. So now I don't have the web connector, and I don't have it listed as an integrated application. So the next step then is to go into Recur360, go to Settings, go to Account, and scroll down to the bottom and just say Reconnect QuickBooks account. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Under step 3, I'm going to download the web connector file again. And if you scroll down, it shows you how to go through the connection and the settings that you need to do. So now that I've downloaded the file, I'm going to go back into the web connector. I'm going to click Add Application. I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to grab the web connector QWC file that I just downloaded, and I'm going to open that. It's now going to ask me to approve and authorize the web service in QuickBooks. Inside of QuickBooks, I want to go ahead and allow yes, even if QuickBooks is not running, and then assign it a user in QuickBooks to use when posting data over. So you can either use the admin user, or you can create a second user in there called Recur360, and then choose Allow to access personal data. So once I've gone through the steps there, I just need to put my Recur360 password in. If you signed up with your email address and password, it's that password. If you signed up with your Intuit account, on the connection page here, there would be a predefined password for you to use. Go ahead and put that in and save it. And now I'm going to do an update selected. Okay, and it's connected. There's no data to exchange. Now if I go back into my account settings and I want to do a full sync with QuickBooks just to make sure that works, I can click the Sync with QuickBooks to create a sync task. And then I can go ahead here and do an update selected, and now we'll just make sure that it's going through and going through the normal sync processes. Now, if you can't do it this way, let's say your computer crashed on you, or somebody went ahead and uninstalled QuickBooks in the web connector, there's some more steps to go through. And rather than potentially making some mistakes, your best bet is to contact us on our support chat. The main thing you don't want to do is you don't want to disconnect Recur360 from QuickBooks. Disconnecting it completely removes all of your settings, all of your recurring transactions, and you don't want to do this. The only reason you would disconnect it from QuickBooks is if you're going to then cancel the account. So to move it to another computer, it's just a matter of removing the application out of the web connector and then going to reconnect. We don't want to do a disconnect. So again, if you've had issues with the web connector and you need to move it to another computer and you're unable to follow the instructions in this tutorial, please contact us. We also do have on our FAQ page down under, can I change when Recur360 syncs with QuickBooks, or what happens if I need to connect to different desktop file, to contact us rather than doing it on your own, because there can be some errors with that. One other thing is I recommend that you set up a separate user for Recur360 inside of QuickBooks. And to do that, log in as your admin, then create a new user. Give it accountant, external accountant, and full access rights. Okay, and then go into your edit, preferences, and integrated applications, and choose the Recur360. Go to properties and change the login from the admin to use the Recur360 user that you just created. Okay. Then you can go ahead and log off as your admin, and we'll log in as that new Recur360 user you just created, just to make sure there isn't any issues with the password. Sometimes when you create a new user in QuickBooks, it asks you to reset the password. In this case, it didn't, so we're good there. So now if I go ahead and log out of QuickBooks, the web connector will be able to connect in the background. So if you do an update selected, it'll check to see if there's anything to sync. If there's not, we can just go back to our sync status, create a task to sync with QuickBooks, and then back on the connector, if we run it in manual mode, we'll see it in the background logging into QuickBooks, and it's logging in as the Recur360 user now. So that wraps up how to move the QuickBooks web connector to a different desktop properly by removing the application from the web connector first, then removing the integrated app out of QuickBooks, then going into Recur360 and going into your account and re-downloading the web connector, so to reconnect it to QuickBooks, adding it as an application again, and then getting it to sync. Again, if you have any issues, please go to the support chat within Recur360 and we can assist you with this. Have a great day. Thank you.